Now you're going to fight Renzo Gracie, Abu Dhabi. You're going into hostile territory over there. You know, no big secret that they're a fan of Renzo over there. You know, and what's your take on? Have you been around long enough that it doesn't bother you that much? Or?
Well, even back in the day when I was wrestling in high school and high school football and this and that, I really like going to somebody else's hometown and beating them.
Right. You're definitely going to somebody else's hometown.
Renzo, he does train the Sheik over there, and he spends a lot of time over in Abu Dhabi. So I mean, it really doesn't bother me. You know, when I step in, the one thing about it, you know, Renzo might think he's in his town, but we're fighting in my octagon. Right. You know, and I fought so much in there, and Renzo's never been in there. So when it comes down to it, I think I'll be more at home than he is.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Now, April 10th is your fight. Now, how far in advance do you have to go there? I mean, to calibrate and everything.
I haven't got the itinerary from the UFC yet, so I don't know.
Right.
I'm hoping I leave around the 1st. You know, get me out there, get me training, and get me calibrated to the change.
In a typical week prior to a big fight, I mean, do you try to stay secluded? Do you stay close to the hotel? Try to avoid too much press? What's going on?
I do. I kind of slide back and forth from my hotel room to the workout room. Do a lot of hotel or meals in the hotel room service with my friends. I always have a big entourage, cornermen there, training partners, and we sit around and have a good time. You know, I do work hard that last week. And a lot of other people don't, but I work out usually twice a day.
What about that last week prior to the fight, nutrition? I mean, you're on the other side of the world. Are you concerned about what your intake is? Does it really matter?
Well, I'm sure I can find something over there.
Right, you're in Abu Dhabi, you can find anything, right?
Well, I've been to Abu Dhabi before, and you know, unlike America
you're grappling in the Abu Dhabi submission championship.
I just hope
Tito Ortiz, right? Yes.
Tito Ortiz.
Big Tito.
That's where I beat Ricardo Almeida.
Right, right.
But the only thing I worry about is when I order beef, I just want to make sure it's beef.
What is this?
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, let's move forward. Let's go backwards. You know, because is it starting to sink in, kind of what you've accomplished? And I think that timing could not have been better when you have entered the sport. And are you so busy that you don't have a lot of time to recollect? But are you starting to kind of sink in and see the impact that you've had on the sport?
Well, I think I've had an impact on the sport. You know, I've wanted to defend my title more than anybody else, but that'll get broken someday.
Right.
You know,
right.
It's like the first title holder.
Right. It's gonna be tough though with the level of athletes that are so well conditioned. You know, it's gonna be hard one to break.
You know, I've never been that guy to chase records or to go for the record books or anything. So I mean, you know, I just don't worry about it. You know, a lot of times I don't even watch the UFC pay-per-views. Oh, really? You know, unless it's somebody that I really want to watch. Right. I like to watch Randy. I like to watch Chuck. You know, he's not fighting much anymore. Rich Franklin. You know, there's certain matchups. The Matt Serra Trigg matchup was interesting for me, so I grabbed that one. Right. But I mean, I like to consider myself kind of a family man first. Right. You know, so when I'm at home, I'm around my family, and if I don't have time to watch a UFC or this and that, then it doesn't bother me.
Let's go back to 2006, Los Angeles, right? Staples Center. You and Renzo Gracie, you know, the one that put the stamp on the UFC. That made such a statement in the MMA world. Did you that week, you know, prior to the fight, did you realize what was about to happen?
I
Not
did.
physically, but I mean with the sport. How it was about to change your life?
I didn't, and when Dana White called me and goes, "Hey, I've got, you know, months before, you know, that fight," he goes, "I got your next opponent." I go, "Oh, great, who is it?" And he goes, Renzo Gracie. And I go, "Okay, when's the fight?" Right. And he goes, "Did you just hear me?" I go, "Yeah, you said Renzo Gracie." Right. And he was like, "You know, this is a huge fight." And I go, "Whatever. When is it?" You know? Right. And it was just another fight for me. But you know what? Dana was right. It was big. You know, it was more of a passing of the torch, essentially. And it was from the old UFC to the new UFC, and I just didn't realize it at the time. Right. You know, but it was a big fight. You know, how many of those? I would say I was probably the underdog with the people viewing, because I think that brought a lot of the old UFC fans out to watch it. Right. And they thought that Renzo Gracie was going to get me in a submission in a matter of seconds as soon as it hit the ground. Right. Right. You know, so and to be honest, I did too. You know, when you watch
that during the fight.
During the fight, we hit the ground. Yeah. And you can see
Oh,
me
here
just.
he comes.
Yeah, that's right. You can
right?
see me, and I'm thinking, shoot, this guy's going to get me in submission hold I've never seen or heard of.
Right.
And you can see me, I just freeze when it hit the ground, and then after about 10 seconds, I start moving a little bit. And then after about 20 seconds, that's when I start passing guard and really start working. And I realize, you know, this guy's just not up to the challenge.
Wow. All right, now after your career post UFC, you got some other business endeavors going on. You know, tell us a little bit about this Cage Fitness program. You partnered up with Century, you know, and some of the guys with Maya, the Martial Arts Industry Association. Now, a lot of people love MMA, like MMA, but when they try it, it's not fun getting hit in the face. So
well,
you've created an alternative, right?
This is an alternative where there's no partners, no contact, and it's using moves that we use to practice and to drill, you know, in my fighter camps.
Right.
So I mean, it's a great concept just to get people moving. I'm a big supporter of being active.
Right.
You know, living a healthy lifestyle. As you know, Scotty, there's 3 things to being active, to being healthy: working out, diet, and rest.
Right.
You know, and all 3 of those are probably, I couldn't tell you which one's in front of the other one. They're all 3 very equal.
Right.
So this is part of the concept of, hey, you know, you got to be active in life, and in a society to where we're getting lazier and lazier every day.
Right, right. Now, and correct me if I'm wrong, in a very short period of time, you signed up quite a few schools, and then within those schools, there's about 80% female participation, right?
Most of it is female,
Right,
and it's
right. Why is
because,
that?
well, like I said, there's no partners and no contact, and without those 2 things, you know, then you can draw your females into it.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of strange. You go to UFC, and you know, even me, I'll get a phone call from my mom and even my grandmother during the UFC. You know, and you know, but it's strange to hear that females are starting to appreciate the sport and that you have an alternative. Ultimately, what's your goal with this? I mean, it's gonna spread like wildfire. I'm assuming it's like the new Taibo, right?
Billy Blanks right here, huh?
Yeah.
I'm hoping this takes the world over.
Right.
I really do. I just want, you know, I just want people to be active.
Right, right.
And to be healthy.
Right.
You know, that's the bottom line, is getting people to be healthy.
Right.
So I mean, it is spreading all over, and hopefully it continues like the domino effect, and people just start getting active.
Right.
Even if people don't buy don't take this, but they see this on TV and it sparks something to where hey, you know what, I need to start working out.
Right.
Even if they don't do cage fitness, that's fine, as long as they just start working out.
Right, right. Well, I tell you what, I appreciate you taking time out of your training schedule right now. You got a fight coming up in a month, right?
I'm gonna go hit about 20 rounds of the bag here.
Well, you can go hit him. All right, don't hit me.
Maybe we'll grapple a little bit.
No, thank you. Yeah. Well, I appreciate your time. You know, thanks for everything.
Thank you, buddy.
I'll be watching April 10th.
And we'll, you know, you got some great fans out there, so you want to do this again, we'll sit down. Maybe we'll sit down after the fight sometime.
Yeah. Now, with Cage Fitness, how can they find out more information?
CageFitness.com. Give you everything you need to know. My website, matt-hughes.com. There's a direct link right there on the front page. So
very good. Matt Hughes, 9-time welterweight world champion with the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Thanks a bunch.
Anytime, Scotty. See ya.